All right, good morning, everyone. I'm back. Wow, that was pretty intense from Felicia over here. I didn't know what was necessarily going on, to be honest, because I do want you guys to know that we are talking about physician-assisted suicide. Yes, you do need two physicians. You also, if one of the doctors deems you as needing a psychological evaluation, they will send you and do that. You also need two different kinds of consent. They need to be 15 days apart. This is just how the Death with Dignity Act works. Physicians can't go in and euthanize someone. They can't just go in and kill someone. This isn't just murder. These people are asking to be killed. They are in pain. They want to die. This isn't just going out and just randomly killing people. It's nothing like that. Let alone a lot of the stuff that she said wasn't even cited. I heard maybe 3 citations in there. Can't really follow that information. I don't know if she's making that up as she goes or what. Anyways, what she did bring up, though, I did notice, was something about autonomy. It kind of relates into the whole thing with the religious and the government aspects. You know, if we did legalize PAS, these people are going to go in that are dying. They're going to die. And the fact that, 20% of physicians can actually get it right when someone's going to die, that's insane, I think. If they're estimating how long it's going to take, 3 months, 6 months, you got 6 months to live, I think that's a pretty good estimation. If 20% of them are right. Anyways, onto the autonomy and the whole thing about the religion and everything, I'm just kind of going to smack that out of all at once. Physician-assisted suicide actually allows autonomy on a much higher level. It allows the person who's going to die, it allows them to choose how they want to die, how they're going to die. Whether they want to die in their home with their family, it doesn't mean they have to die in the hospital bed. It doesn't mean they have to die at the hospital. They can go home and die. And according to Freilich Marcia on the debate of physician-assisted suicide, the pros and cons, the most commonly cited reason for seeking physician-assisted suicide was a desire to maintain a control over the circumstances of death. My two opponents here, they both talked about how it's so wrong to allow physician-assisted suicide, but it actually doesn't lower the value of life. It rather influences compassion and respect for those dying. According to procon.org, the top 10 pros and cons, assisting death in no way precludes giving the best palliative care possible, but rather integrates compassion, care, respect for the patient's autonomy, and ultimately makes death with dignity a real option. They sure were talking about, my opponents here were sure talking about religion a lot still, and the fact that, government has choice. They're the ones who decide that you can't die. However, they're also the same ones that did, I wouldn't say the Catholic Church did, or maybe some of the religions, but according to the government, abortion has passed. There are abortion laws that allow you to have an abortion. But a person that's suffering doesn't have that choice. I don't really see how that correlates there. One of the things that doesn't really make sense to me either with this whole thing is, over the years, medical treatment has become so far advanced we can keep people alive that are completely brain dead. They have no way of living. You pull the respirator out of them, they are going to die. With that, all we're actually doing is prolonging their life. We're not allowing them to die a natural death like I'm assuming the Christians would want or the Catholics would want. I'm not entirely religious, not myself. But anyways, according to the Hippocratic Oath, physician-assisted suicide should be legal under certain circumstances. According to procon.org, the top 10 pros and cons, does not doing harm mean that we should prolong a life that the patient sees as a painful burden? Surely the harm in this instance is done when we prolong the life, and do no harm means that we should help the patient die. So anyway, in other words, according to the Hippocratic Oath, it has a thing in there that says do no harm, except for when we keep someone alive that doesn't want to be alive and they are suffering, why are we keeping them alive then? That's not doing no harm. Anyways, thank you guys.